We love business. Businesses are the backbone of the American economy. And we love working with businesses and helping you be truly successful. So we're CPAs, but we don't just do tax. We also make sure that we're giving you good business advice and helping you be really successful. Now, one of the early questions that people ask when we get together is, what kind of an entity should I be? And there are various kinds of entities you can be as a business. Number one is a sole proprietor. Then you can be a limited liability company or an LLC. You could be a regular partnership. You could also be an LLC that elects to be taxed as an S-Corp, or you could be a regular corporation. So let me roll through those and explain what the advantages are and the disadvantages of each. And hopefully that will give you a little bit of perspective to think about whether you need to make a change. So the first and the simplest is to be a sole proprietorship. Basically, all you need there is a business license. We recommend you have a separate bank account and a separate credit card, but you're basically off and running. And as long as you're in an activity that doesn't have any liability, that may be the best option for you. But what we worry about is that being a sole proprietor puts all of your personal assets at risk, and that may not be desirable. So if there's any chance that you could get sued or something bad could happen, then in addition to insurance, we suggest that you have an entity that provides you some kind of protection. So the first option there is to become an LLC. That's the simplest activity. It is what we regard in tax talk as a disregarded entity, which means that it doesn't file its own tax returns. The activities just get grouped together and put into your personal tax return. So it has very little impact on the cost of having your taxes done, but it does now afford you some level of protection. As your LLC grows and you make more money, then we want to take a look at saying, well, maybe now we really want to be taxed as an S corporation. And we have this interesting option of having an LLC, but electing to have it taxed as an S corporation. Now, what that does is it allows us now to take part of your income as wages and pay payroll taxes, but it maybe also allows us to take the balance of your income as a distribution, or some people call it a dividend, and that typically does not get subjected to payroll taxes. So that can often save us anywhere from $5,000 to $8,000 in payroll taxes. And while it now requires we're going to have to file a separate tax return because we file an S corporation tax return, the cost of doing that is nowhere near the savings we're going to have on payroll taxes. So it's a great way to save on taxes, payroll taxes. The other option we have is to directly become a corporation. And when we incorporate as a corporation, and a lot of companies do it for many reasons. For example, if we have foreign stockholders, that's usually the reason we would want to do that. Because once we've got a corporation, that is a separate legal entity and it pays taxes on its own. So it doesn't involve the shareholders being taxed on any of the corporate income. So those are really the options. Every business is different, and we want to make sure that we come up with a customized solution. And we're happy to help you with forming an LLC, forming a corporation. We'll get involved in helping you do all of that, and we'll make that smooth, and we'll make it efficient and as seamless as possible. So keep rolling with your business. Keep making more money. Get more successful. And we'll help you with all of that. But if you're at a point where initially you've got to take a look at what kind of an entity should I be to be most successful and most tax efficient, you come see us.